Welcome back to KC Talks EV, and yes, I'm finally in the Ford Mustang Mach E. First of all, I just want to give a massive thank you to Evans Halshaw Ford in Hull for lending me the vehicle for 3 days for testing purposes. So if you want to go check them out, the link is in the video description below. This is the premium all-wheel drive model, so we're looking at a 98 kilowatt hour total capacity, 91 kilowatt hour usable capacity according to Ford, and that's what we're going to be testing today. I'm not starting, unfortunately, from Hull or Grimsby. I've actually been at the Yorkshire EV Club event in Shelburne and Elmet, so I'm actually starting from Ferrybridge services, but I am going to be driving across the length of the M62 and then back down to Hull again. Today's weather conditions is 11 degrees, so it is a bit colder compared to some of my other range tests as well. It has been raining, so it is wet on the roads at the moment. I'm also expecting it to rain at some point as well. And the wind speed is 6 miles an hour and it is a crosswind from the south. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm currently stuck in traffic. I've just had a look at Waze and it looks as though someone's unfortunately had an accident on the M62. So as a result, my plan of action is I stop the clock at 26 minutes. So whatever amount of time that I'm stuck in this traffic, I'm going to minus. The likelihood is that it will get up to speed pretty quickly. It's just more of a case of it's not really fair to keep this in the timings for the average speed. I guess inevitably you're going to hit some form of standstill traffic on the M62. Okay, so I've just cleared traffic. It's taken me 50 minutes to do that. As a result, obviously, I'm going to minus 50 minutes from that. The miles per kilowatt hour has also dropped because obviously for the 50 minutes I needed to use a little bit of air conditioning and heating and things like that. So it's currently at 2.3 miles per kilowatt hour. I'm sure it will get better once I actually am up to speed again. Okay, so I'm on the return journey now. So I've done 67.5 miles, average speed of 66 miles per hour if you take into account the 50 minutes that I got stuck in traffic for. And we have averaged 3 miles per kilowatt hour. That's not too bad, but let's see what we get on the return journey back. Okay, so the range test is now complete. One thing that I completely forgot to mention, what I mean by that is I had to cut this section out because I think I might have got this wrong, is the available capacity. I believe that this vehicle, because it's the premium all-wheel drive, I believe it's an 88 kilowatt hour available capacity. And in fact, my results kind of confirm that. And I'll talk about that a bit later. But I believe there is also a 91 kilowatt hour, which confused me a little bit. And I'm not sure whether or not that's only applicable for the lithium iron phosphate pack. If I find out during editing this video, I will let you know. Anyway, point is that this range test was very interesting. I mean, it rained pretty much as predicted throughout the test in sort of portions. We had hailstones at one point. The M62 had localized flooding at one point in time. People were aquaplaning. It wasn't great. Interestingly, though, this MachE was really good. Very well planted, not a problem. This does mean, however, that I did have to reduce my speed a little bit during those sections, obviously, for safety reasons. The other thing as well is that the temperature did fluctuate. It went, obviously we started off with 11 degrees Celsius. It went as low as sort of 8 or 9 degrees Celsius. The other thing as well that I should mention is during that 50-minute traffic jam, unfortunately there was an accident on the M62. I actually used about 3% of the battery. The main reason why is I was crawling, so I did about maybe a couple miles at most with that. And the other thing as well is I did have the climate control on. It was very comfortable in here, 19 degrees Celsius. Heated steering wheel, heated seats, absolutely lovely. So I arrived back with 30% state of charge. I did 166.6 miles, average speed is 63.5 miles per hour. The average efficiency doesn't look good on paper, 2.8 miles per kilowatt hour. I have looked at the forums, however, of the MachE, and it seems as if people are getting around there. So I'm not as worried with that. The other thing as well is, again, weather conditions, they really weren't great, as you've probably seen from the video. I would be very careful, for example, comparing it to the Lexus RZ. I would expect the MachE to be definitely more efficient as a result of the test. If I did this in the summer, for example, or during of the weather conditions of the Lexus RZ, I would expect definitely a lot better in terms of efficiency. Now, if you then do some extrapolation, some maths, 166.6 miles, average efficiency of 2.8 miles per kilowatt hour, you get an X amount of kilowatt hours used. Then finally, if you know that we use 68% of the battery, then you end up with a total available capacity of 87.5 kilowatt hours. This is the reason why I think that some values somewhere might be incorrect, because I mean, that's pretty much bang on with rounding errors of an 88 kilowatt hour available capacity pack. Finally, if you take the total available capacity and then multiply it by the average efficiency, we get 245 miles. Now, if you compare that to WLTP combined, it's not looking great. I mean, 71.8%. However, again, weather conditions really do matter. I expect actually in the summer, I would definitely get a lot higher percentage in terms of the WLTP, towards the WLTP, I should say. So I think that's pretty much it. So if you liked the video or you found it informative, please give it a like, dislike it if you didn't. If you actually want me to review a car in particular that is on the used market, please let me know in the comments down below or in the comments of any video. I do normally check them. You can also find all of the range test results and, in fact, actually how I've been getting on with my ZS EV on kctalksev.com. It's in the range test bit, or alternatively, it is in the MG ZS EV data bit as well. Anyway, thank you for watching and talk to you later.